Welcome to Skull Island and welcome to the overview of the brand new free update and the DLC of Jurassic World Evolution 2. We are going to look at all the new items, all the new features, and obviously at the 4 new DLC Dinosaurs, our new Predators. But before we are going to go actually in a little time lapse, if you don't want to watch the time lapse and me talking about this update and why I think it's a brilliant update and a brilliant DLC, you can skip forward to about 8.5-ish minutes where we're going to actually look at all the things. But if you want to stay with me and have a look at the time lapse, let's go. Alright, so I just had that idea that I wanted to do something rather special this time around for the showcase and not just plop them down. So I thought, why not build a Skull Island? I haven't done this in this game. I've done like a skull of the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the past. I've done different kind of path designs. But today I wanted to build like a little island that looks like a skull. I must admit though, I had a bit of a struggle to get the dimensions right. Simply because you couldn't really zoom out far enough on this map specifically. And also not with the Ansel view, so it looks a little bit stretched, but I think it's not. It looks fine on the map view, but I couldn't zoom out enough to really get the dimensions right. And the map also, the island also got a little bit too big, but hold on, this is good because we could put all the dinosaurs on. Now, one thing I will not show in the actual real-time part and so on, because I just couldn't get it done. I couldn't get it together. There is going to be pack hunting for a lot more species now. For most of the raptor species and stuff, they will join into a pack hunt, and I couldn't really find that, but there has been some really cool stuff going on. So just in general, I'm very pleased with the new dinosaurs. The new dinosaurs are very cool. I must admit that Frontier this time around, for me personally, did a very good job in selecting which animals they bring in. A Predator Pack was obviously a very nice decision anyways, but then specifically the ones they chose was really good. Even the one I was a little bit hesitant with, this Concavenator thingy, I just like, you'll see that later on in the real-time part. The design is kind of cool. It's been smaller than I thought it was, because I really thought it was bigger, but it's not. So yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, building the skull was also kind of a little nice challenge to see what we can do creatively in the game in the meantime. And there are a couple of things I just want to quickly admit and say, give this game a go. If you guys haven't given it a go recently, I would say do so. It has really matured from its early problems. It really was a blast. It was really accessible getting into the game and doing some stuff. There are a lot of deco elements. You'll find a lot more deco elements with this free update now. We are obviously looking at them later on in this video, but all the little pottery and stuff you can definitely use, and I may very well do a little build which has a different focus than this one. This one is obviously a very much nature-focused, setting-focused build where we can put our animals on and just see them in action, while building a couple of more, like actual facilities would require you to use more of these new tools. And yeah, these new tools are pretty dang good. As you can see over here with the landscaping tool, you can actually get in a couple of nice details, like some shading and stuff like this, really looking good. It's not as elaborate as other games offer terrain tools, but it's enough to really utilize that to do some detailing and some very interesting views and stuff. So pretty happy with the build, pretty happy with the idea actually to showcase this in this way. Hopefully you guys are too. And I just didn't want to do like a boring overview video just like that. I just wanted to offer a bit more. And as you can tell, this is the point over here where I was like, I have to have a look from above, and I was like, I can't get it done. I can't get it. This is like with a way too fish eye look at it. But then I was like, you know what, just let's go. Just give it a bit more detailing here and there. And then yeah, I was just starting to plop down some forest and stuff. I did notice though that they have changed something about the lots has been changed. It seems almost like they have decreased the distance from, or actually increased the distance for the lowest lot level. So that means, what I want to say is that the lowest lot level, which if you don't know what it is, it's the level of detail, which means just for those of you who don't know, a computer game offers level of details to the pieces depending on how far away you are from a given piece, because then the given piece does not need to render its full detail from a certain distance. Imagine if you're far away from an item that is tiny, why would it need to render it? It's enough if it has like a little bit of a lower level detail variant of it, so that it looks like this from the distance. And the closer you get, it switches to a higher LOD, a higher level of detail. And usually in a game you don't really notice that because it's done in real time. But in games, specifically management games like that, the more you zoom out, the lower the LODs get. But sometimes it's more harsh than other times. And specifically, I had the feeling they changed a bit about the lowest level, that it just clicks in earlier. But that was the only little downside I had this time around. But it may very well just be me, and that my settings just required the game to turn them down a little. I honestly have no idea. I didn't find anything in the patch notes, or there was nothing said about this, so maybe that's just like a personal thing I had. But yeah, just giving this wonderful skull over here a bit of a character by putting down some more textures and making sure that everything looks almost like finished with a bit of a beach side. And then, as you can see over here already from the camera movement, I was trying to get a good shot of it. And yeah, it's looking fine enough, you know, fair enough. It's looking good enough for me. And I was like, okay, it just needs a couple more detailing, and then we are good to go to bring our dinosaurs on. And in this case over here, I was like, yeah, we need a couple of beach rocks and just give it a bit more depth, because that is what you need to do with these rocks over here. I wanted to maintain this island pretty rural, so no facilities or anything like that on top of it, because I thought, you know, maybe this is just like a testing ground for example, Mantha Corp or so, because, you know, Mantha Corp may actually play a bigger role in the upcoming Jurassic franchise, so as far as the leaks go. But very interesting to see at the least. And yeah, I thought, you know, could be a testing island of them, could also be, you know, as always, like Biosyn or InGen testing something out over here, even though InGen is very unlikely. However, you know, that just is just kind of my imaginative idea behind this island. I think it works fine, putting down a couple of rocks here and there, just making some patches of rocks, putting some down to make it look a lot more finished and interesting and detailed. And as I said, it just turned out to be a little bit too big for the amount of animals that we have on there. I mean, realistically, it's a good size, you know. They have a lot of space, they can form their own territories, which is good, and they can actually ignore themselves or ignore the others if they fancy doing so. But I just wanted to have like a bit more of a closer experience for them. But it is what it is, and I like it. It looked pretty dang good. As you can see, I tried my best to find a way to see it from above, but it just literally was impossible to do it from straight up. As you can see, I was trying to trick the system, but it just didn't do it for me. And so I was like, you know, screw it. And I'm just going to continue building it. At the end, I did find a way to have a nice shot of it. So I'm just happy, you know, I'm happy that this worked out so well. So here we go, putting down a couple more details with some of the decorative trees, some of the single trees, to have a bit of a control over where I wanted to put certain trees, just to give it this extra finished look. And yeah, that's about it. I'm very happy with it, but now I guess you guys have heard enough of my rambling. I'm very happy with the update. Just to give you a little final thought of it, I think there are very good decorative items, very nice quality of life updates with the automation and stuff you'll see in a second, and overall a very good roster of animals they add with the DLC, and not even speaking of all the new variants. Right, but before we go into the game, let's actually go over all the changes that you'll find in the menu or in the skin variants or body variants of the animals. First things first, if you go to Sandbox, a couple of maps will now feature something called the layout. Now you have the standard layout, which is an empty map where you can start from scratch, or you're gonna find a pre-built layout from the challenge, which is gonna give you already a base layout from which you can start. That means there's already arrival points, some habitats are built, some enclosures are built, you know, you've got a hatchery and stuff like that. Everything's set up, so you can just start if you fancy doing so. Next up is our very first skin of one of the already existing species, or it's not even skin, it's a body variant, and this is the Allosaurus from Jurassic World Dominion. And I gotta say, this may very well be one of my favorite skins in the game overall. It is somewhat aggressive, but then it's gentle. It is very realistic. It's kind of muddy in a way, it's dirty, but then it's very slick. I just really dig this. And just to show you, it's not even a skin, it's actually a body variant. You can see that some of the animals will feature a skin within your skin variants. This one doesn't, but then you also have the body variant over here. Clicking next to this one, it's going to change the appearance, but also the body. And you can see this very nicely with the skull indeed. If I'm going to change back to the base variant, you can see how less aggressive that one is, how less detail that has, how less little bumps and stuff that one has. So this one over here is a lot more aggressive, and yeah, just in general, like a way better dinosaur layout. Next up in our list is a little aggressive bat, or better known as the Dimorphodon from the actual Jurassic World Dominion movie. This is the one over here, and again, this is not a skin, this is actually a body variant. As you can tell over here, you're gonna check that one, go back to default, you can see that one is without feathered and looks a little bit more bored, while that one is a bit more aggressive and a bit more awake, and also has the feathery part to the back. I like this little addition to the canon, that with the continuation of you know, developing the animals throughout the Jurassic World saga, they became more and more the realistic, not realistic, but a lot more feathers and stuff to it, to be a bit more accurate. You know, I'm not the right person to say how accurate it really is, but I like that they change it. However, the Dimorphodon may not be my favorite animal of them all, but let's go on with the next one. And that, my friend, is someone I was missing dearly. This is the Stegosaurus from Jurassic Park 2, which is my favorite Stegosaurus, and I just really loved seeing that this is now integrated into the game. Granted, it's not the biggest change, as you can tell from the body variant. If we go back to the normal Stegosaurus that is in the game already, it is rather similar. However, the Stegosaurus that is in the game, as you can tell over here, is already a little bit more Jurassic Worldified, so a lot more scales, a lot more pronounced, a tiny bit more yeah, heavy armored, I should say, and in general it looks a tiny bit more aggressive, while that one is still looking a lot more gentle. It's having this more leathery kind of skin. The whole head portion is a lot less aggressive, and even the scales on top, like this huge, or the huge things on top, they are less aggressive. And I personally like this version a lot more. They have been the gentle giants for me in a way in the movie, and so I'm very happy to see that. And obviously it comes with the Stegosaurus 1997 skin as well. Yeah, loving it. Really good that we have it finally. The biggest change, though, in terms of the body and the model, did receive the Pteranodon. This over here, my friends, is the fully awake and very nice looking Pteranodon from Jurassic Park 3, from the iconic aviary scene. This one over here is amazing, and also if you see the changes towards the other version of it, the Jurassic World version, it looks like this one looks like an animal that hasn't seen too many humans, and the only humans it has seen was for meal, while this one over here has seen a lot of toddlers. That one looks like it has seen a lot, it has been through a lot, and it's definitely aged not that well, while the other one, you know, the Pteranodon, look at that one. This looks, everything about this one looks more you know, relaxed and calm, and also anyways a bit more deadly, to be honest. I don't want to meet this one at night, you know, while the other one is kind of like, yeah, you've been through something, you know. It's kind of, I don't know, I just dig the design of the 1997 version a lot more, and I'm very happy that we're having it right now. And then we have my favorite Brachiosaurus design from Jurassic Park 3. I know it's a bit of a odd one, and I know that not many people would agree, but I certainly like the Jurassic Park 3 version of the Brachiosaurus the most. I don't know, I just like this head. I like the red elements on top of it. I just liked how the red transitions into the rest of the body, the bit more giraffe-like look. I don't know, it's my favorite Brachiosaurus design of the entire franchise, so I'm really digging. And if we compare that to the other one, you can see it's not the biggest of changes, but especially the head portion looks rather different. And as I said, I'm a big fan of the 1997, the 2001 version, I should say. It's actually literally written over here, compared to the Jurassic World variant, which is a lot closer to the original version as well. But I don't know. I like the one. I like my Jurassic Park 3 version. Also a tiny bit more on the lower neck is a bit more pronounced here with that little, I don't know, how do you call that little skin piece underneath, you know, the mouth section. I don't know. I really like this one, and I find Frontier has really done a fantastic job capturing the essence of the Brachiosaurus. Alright, and now to the pieces everyone has waited for, and these are the new deco elements. We've got a pretty standard bench over here, we have a standard bin, we've got some wheelie bins, we've got a very nice bench, as I was saying, it's like a bit more of a modern nice bench. We've got a picnic table, we've got these wonderful sunbeds over here, a couple of new flag variants, and we do have some really nice little pottery. We've got two variants of pot, as you can see, a round one and a more straight round, like straight one, and then we've got like different variants of plants in here. It's this kind of, I don't know what exactly this greenery is over here. Then we've got some kind of fern bracken variant, we've got this flower, and we've got two variants of aloe vera, whatever. But they make up for very good additions to your wonderful areas. Jumping out of this camera mode, we can see there are three new fountain types. At least I think these are the three new ones. I wasn't particularly sure about these because they look so similar in terms of what they have in the game anyways, but I think these three are the new ones, so that is definitely something really cool to, yeah, just decorate your park with. I really like that this is added to the game. It gives, again, a bit more of a complete look to what it is. It's a very sad thing that people cannot use the items, which is a sad thing, so these are really just literally decorative items, but they are all found in the decorations menu down here. If you go in here, you'll find some of the more new flags in here, and you'll find the pottery in the plant section. All the way down you find the pottery. It looks like we have more, but some of them are duplicates, so you'll find the same ones in just different biomes. And then if you go to the fountain section, you've got a couple of new fountains in here too, and you've got all the little items in this segment down there too. Very neat additions to the game, and one more neat addition is the animal or the hatchery automation. I found this one specifically useful for yeah, just for making my Skull Island populated. And just to showcase this, I'm gonna give them some food. Actually, I need to change the dinosaur settings, so it's just like, you know, we can imagine this is food. So we're gonna go to synthesize the dinosaur, and now we can also do something very new. We can search for it, and we're gonna go to Truthiomimus. There you go. We're gonna select this one, modify the one to tell it, just randomize it. There you go. Just give it a randomize appeal, save, and then we've got that one in here just to show you the search case. But this is not how you automate them. You're gonna go actually back, and then you don't click at synthesize. You actually go to automate bay, and once you do this, you can still type in Truthiomimus, for example. Then you go to this one, and then you say begin automation, and now it asks you how many of the what the population should be. I'm gonna go all the way up. The highest we can do, it's 15, I assume. Yeah, 15 is the highest you can do, and I don't want to have it from gate, I want to have it from the airlift. And then it asks you to set the dinosaur destination, which we're going to do. We're just going to fly over to the other side where our Skull Island actually is. Gonna search. Oh, this is a good patch over here. Obviously, you just need to click once, and then it will automatically start to incubate. As you can see over here, Truthiomimus release is in progress now. The helicopter is coming over, and it's gonna drop this little thing over, and it's gonna grab it, and the second it grabbed it, they start to bring in more. And as you can tell over here, there's something else going. An Ankylosaurus over here is also incubating, which is very nice. That we have some of those, and they bring them over, and it's all automated. You don't need to do anything, which is pretty dang cool, because that takes away quite a lot of the time needed. Now, last but not least, we are going to look at the animals that you all wanted to see. You've seen already some of it at the beginning of the video. This is obviously done so that you guys have a little glimpse on it, or maybe you just skipped here, but we're going to start right over here with our Gigantoraptor. How's that thing called again? This is the Gigantoraptor. I think this is how you pronounce that one. The Gigantoraptor. Lovely design. And I thought when I was like checking some different weather variants, it had like a very nice effect here on the feather. Oh, you can actually see that. There you go. It's like this little purple rainbow effect on the feathers, which I think is beautiful how they did this with the shaders. I actually haven't seen it that way before. Maybe it was already in game, but it just was very pronounced for me on that design of the Gigantoraptor. I must admit, it's a very neat design, very likable. Just really like that. Ah, look at these. Very, very, very nice. Alright, so we can also go to the next dinosaur, and I'm gonna just check the map because they're roaming all the way around. Oh, there you go. This is also a good one over here. This one I cannot pronounce. This is the Concavenator. I guess this is how you say that. I was a little bit hesitant about this dinosaur, but hold on, I like the design. It's a little smaller than I thought it was. I was a bit tricked by the photos, the screenshots we received early on, but yeah, I like it. It looks like a little bit squished, you know. I don't know why it's so thin, but it looks a little bit squished. Look at that. Just taking like a little snack over here from that goat that is just taking a bath. I mean, mate, what are you doing? It's just taking a bath. Leave it in and just having a little swim. Yeah, but this is that one. Really lovely crest design on top of here. Yeah, I can't really tell too much about this one. I have absolutely no knowledge of this dinosaur whatsoever. I like the sounds. They are cool. Bit of an unusual sound. I was expecting a bit more roary, but I like it. It's kind of a mixture of the raptors and maybe a tiny bit of a bigger dinosaur. Really happy. It comes with a couple of very neat skin variants. So, but there's not really that much more I can say about this dinosaur. As I said, there's really not that much knowledge I have about this. Going into the other one, the Tarbosaurus over here, which comes in my favorite skin. It's not that one. This is a very nice skin too. Don't get me wrong. This is a pretty dope skin. But there is another Tarbosaurus roaming around my island and my Skull Island, and the other one has an absolutely dope skin. So can I actually cycle through to? Yeah, there you go. That is the big boy I was talking about, or the big girl, I should say. Look at this one. It's kind of a camouflage version. Very cool. Are you going for a kill for us? You do that for us? Are you just stressing out because I'm filming you? No, there you go. You're gonna go for a kill for us. Look at that one. Throw it around. Get that little snack into your belly. Ah, love it. Very nice, my friend. You've done that pretty nice for camera, on camera. Love it. Ah, look at this. Also now it's getting to that high crest, high hill here. Just having a little overlook of all the stuff we've done. Yeah, there you go. I thought the design was maybe a little bit too chunky, but I'm happy. I'm happy with the design. It's not as chunky, and as I said, the skin variant over here is absolutely my favorite. That looks really thick. But there's one more, guys. There's one more we have to look at, and this is the Utharaptor. Let's have a look at this one over here. There you go. Yes, that was the one. It has the same thing with the feathers going on as the Gigantoraptor, but the Utharaptor over here almost looks like as if it's a bit more glowing. I really like that one. I like this skin. This is my favorite skin color of them all. This purple mixed with that little white stripe here. Very aggressive feathers on top. It has this nice scratching animation here on the beak, almost, I wanted to say, but it's not like really a beak. Look at that, throwing the dust off, or the sand in this case. Yeah, and again, like with the colors over here, look at how they are, how saturated they are, how they're almost like glowing. Again, I'm really happy with this design. I'm really happy with the addition. The Utharaptor, for me personally, is a brilliant addition simply because of the story behind, you know, that the Velociraptors of the first Jurassic Park film have actually been, not inspired is the wrong word, but they are most likely based on the Utharaptor instead of the actual Velociraptor. It's more like, it's not really entire, I think they knew it, but then again, they were like, okay, this is the one it's more based on, but they just like the name Velociraptor more, even though they knew that the actual dinosaur they had at the beginning was the Utharaptor. But yeah, that one obviously comes with the same treats, being part of the raptor family, but also being the actual size that the Jurassic Park version of the Velociraptor came with, and so kind of a nice one. And as I said, I'm still like a huge fan of the feathers, huge fan of the overall design of this one. Yeah, I think it's a really good addition to the game, and it just kind of is in a very positive way, downscaled Pyroraptor version. So this is the actual Utharaptor I was looking for. So yeah, there it is. There it is, guys. This is Skull Island, our little showcase island for today. I really hope you enjoyed this tiny tour, this little showcase, and it's been a little bit longer than I think, but I thought. But yeah, really good update, and let's see what we can do with it. I'm very pleased with this update, and I really do hope that Frontier can keep this up and continue the story of supporting their beloved games and also our beloved games. If that's the sign how they want to continue with the other franchises they have as well, count me in. That's the way, and I really hope that they are continuing with this. Thank you so much. As always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you want to help me out grow towards Christmas, maybe with a bit of a stretch we can get to 90,000 this year, who knows, but thank you so much for your ongoing support, and I talk to you in the next one. Stay safe and goodbye.